We already discussed about EBS volumes, right? How to create a EBS volume. First we discussed, and how to create and attach it to one EC2 instance, right? This is the first one we learned. Then second one, how to detach it and how to attach it to another instance. This is also we learned. Third one, what is the other thing? You can also today what we'll see, you can also attach one EBS volume to multiple EC2 instances. Okay, this is also we can see one EBS volumes and increasing the size of an EBS volume. This is also we'll see. Just a 2 minutes task, nothing much here. Okay, see now what you can do is you can create one EBS volume first. Where is this? Create EBS volume and see whenever if you want to attach one EBS volume to multiple EC2 instances, one EBS volume to multiple computers or to multiple servers, then we have a EBS volume types, right? Here, all EBS volumes doesn't supports this multiple assignment. Only few EBS volumes supports your multiple assignment or sharing of your one EBS volume with multiple EC2 instances. Okay, we have a different types, right? HDD, that is GP1, GP2, IO1, IO2, magnetic disk, these things. So here it supports. See, first we'll look for GP1, general purpose. Okay, just one 1 GB I'm creating. See, there is no option of attaching this to multiple EC2 instances. Okay, but if you look for is that provision IO1 or IO2, maximum 4 GB. Snapshot encryption somewhere here, right? I forgot. Yeah, is the option IO1 or IO2? See, if you look for general purpose one, there is no option of attaching it to multiple EC2 instances. But if you look for provisioned IOPS SSD, this type, see, you are getting this option, enable multiple attach. We can enable it to multiple EC2 instances. Okay, you just need to enable this option, but this is only for selected hard disks. If you look for cold HDD, it is not available. Okay, and even if you look for general purpose GP2, it is not available. GP3, again, it's not there. It is available only for your provisioned IOPS SSD. Only for this EBS volume, you can attach it to multiple EC2 instances. Okay, this is the one thing. Next, this is just for your information, guys. Nothing much here. Okay, now there is a volume, EBS volume of size 8 GB. Okay, now while buying my laptop, I'll create 8 GB of EBS volume. At later point of time, I wanted to increase the size of this EBS volume, or I wanted to decrease the size of this EBS volume. Then how can I do that? See, now this is my existing EBS volume, right? There is this. Yeah, see, this is the volume which is attached to one of my server. It is already in use, right? Now, I wanted to increase the size of this. See, if you wanted to increase the size, just select here, come to actions, modify volume. Okay, and here it's 10 GB. Now what I can do, I can enter 100 GB or 200 GB or something like that. First, let me log into the server and show you. I did not have that. No, it says now done. How will you see how many EBS volumes are there? You just need to use lsblk command, right? See here, it's already in 9 GB or 10 GB. Now, what I'm doing, I'm increasing the size by 1 GB, 11 GB I'm doing. Okay. Once it has just increase the size and modify. Click on modify. Okay. Now, if you just come back to your EC2 instance here, lsblk, okay, see it is increased. And once it is increased, see in some of your missions, it might not be reflected immediately. Okay. So at that point of time, what you need to do is you just need to execute this command. For resizing, just to write down, for resizing your resizing we are doing, right? For to resize your EBS volume, whenever you do EBS volume, if it is not reflecting, then what you need to do is you need to execute this command sudo resize to fs and your directory name. Do you remember we used to create one directory while attaching your mounting your EC2 volume? Mount some directory name we used to provide. Do you remember, guys? So that name I'm providing here. Okay. So this is for if you are creating ext4 file system. This command you need to execute if you're creating ext4 file system. Okay. And if you're creating XFS kind of file system, I told you, right? There are some file systems available. Where is this? These are the file systems. I told you ext4, NTFS, XFS, XVDF. There are so many file systems available, but standard we use ext4 and XFS. Okay. So if you are creating if your file system is of type XFS, then you just need to use the sudo XFS hyphen, sorry, what is this? I don't know. I forgot the symbol. Hyphen grow fs and your mount point name /dev /xpdf, whatever it's there, right? So that you need to provide it here. If it is of type extf4 file system, then this is the command. If it is a XFS file system you're creating, then this is your command. You just need to execute it here. That's it. No need of doing nothing. Let me execute because we have created ext4 file system, right? That day, sudo resize to fs. And what is that? First, let me execute lsblk. And here it is of 9 GB, right? xvda1 sudo resize to fs /dev /xvda1. Okay, just execute that, and the file system is already up to date. Nothing. That is what it is showing. But in some of your systems, it gives you some error, some message. It gives you at that time. Just execute this command. Fine. So this is how you increase the size of your EC2 instance. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So any doubts from the previous class, guys? We discussed EBS volumes in detail. We discussed how to attach, how to detach, how to move, what is that, everything, right? Now, in your EC2 instance, before getting into that point, I just wanted to make one more point here. See, now we discussed about EBS volumes. Okay, EBS. First of all, what are volumes? Volumes are nothing but similar to your hard drives, virtual hard drives. Correct. This is what the volumes are. In EBS volume, first type is EBS. In volumes, first type is EBS. Elastic block storage, and there is another type known as EFS, elastic file system. Okay, but no, nowadays nobody is using it, but just go to Google and search what is the difference between EBS volumes and EFS volumes. You'll just get some difference. Just note it down. That's it. Nowadays nobody is using this. These are the old file systems that we used to create, but nowadays everybody is creating EBS volumes. But in interviews, some might ask what is the difference between EBS volumes and EFS volumes. This is a file system, file storage, and it is a block storage. All the differences: increased performance, time is less, IOPS is increased, all these things, durability, availability, these things they'll just start. Just go to Google, search what is EBS versus EFS. Here it is. See, you just go to Google and just note it down, any of the uh, this difference. That's it. And again, we'll discuss about this S3 later point of time. Like maybe next week we'll talk about what is this S3 everything. Okay, so you just note it down, this difference. That's it. Okay, so apart from that, there is an option known as, see, now I have created, let us assume, have created one server. What is this server? In my AWS account, I have Ubuntu server, correct? Now, let us assume there are some 10 servers that we created in an organization, in your organization. Now, how many people are working in your organization? Let's say again 10 people are working. All these 10 people are having access to your AWS account. Okay, so at that time, what this 10 people can do, they can start this server, they can stop this server, or they can delete this server. Whatever the operation they want, they can do it, right? Correct. But what I wanted to do is, I don't want to give the permission of these things. I just want them to use that server, but I don't want them to delete these servers. Okay, so what the point I'm trying to make here is, if somebody comes and accidentally or by mistake, if they create my EC2 server, then all the things inside my EC2 server is gone, right? Correct. So in order to prevent these kind of things happening, what we have is, we have an option known as deletion on termination. Actually, this is an option if somebody accidentally, if this is enabled, if we enable this, and if somebody tries to delete your EC2 instance by mistake, then it is not going to be deleted if it is enabled. And that is the use of deletion on termination, simple use case. Okay, if you wanted to enable that option, just come to your EC2 instance. See, now if I just select this and terminate, can you able to see this? Termination protection is disabled. So if I just click on this terminate, this EC2 instance is going to be deleted. Now I don't want it to do that. I wanted to enable the deletion on termination option. Just select that server, come to actions, instance settings. Where is that option? Change termination protection. Can you see this? Just click on this. Change termination protection, enable and save. Just refresh one more time. Okay. Now, if I just try to delete this server, actions, instance state, terminate. Can you see this? On EBS backed instances, that this is fine. Where is that message? To confirm that you want to delete the instance, choose terminate button. Instances with termination protection enabled will not be terminated. Terminating the instances cannot be done. If this option is enabled, termination or deletion is disabled. Okay. If I say, even though I click on terminate on instance, see, it is not deleting my instance. Disable, if you wanted to delete this instance, what you need to do, first come to actions, then instance settings, change termination protection, then you need to disable this. Then only you can able to delete this EC2 instance. Fine. That is the another option. Okay. Small options here, but it gives you detailed information about that EC2 instance. Fine. Okay. So the next concept for today is something called as AMI. What is the full form of AMI?
Amazon Machine Image.
Yes, Amazon Machine Image. What is the use of AMI then?
It is like operating system, like where we can select.
Yes. See, AMI is nothing but an operating system for your EC2 instance. Correct? So these operating system, there are thousands of operating systems available. Where you can see this, whenever you click on launch instance, see, here it is, Amazon Machine Image. There are thousands of operating systems available for your server. Correct? But my point here is, whenever, if this is my AMI, you already know what is this? It is an operating system. Okay. Now, in this operating system, there are two types. One is default operating systems. Default operating system or default images. We usually use the word image. Okay, not an operating system. Default images. What are those default images? These are your default images, sir, which are given by your AWS. Okay. Now, what I wanted to do, there is another option called as customized operating system or customized image. This is given by your AWS, and this we can create. We can create our own version of operating system here. So what do you mean by AMI? AMI acts as an operating system for your virtual servers. Here we can use multiple options, multiple service providers, different service providers operating system, or we can also create our own version of our operating system. Okay, but how we are going to create? We need to choose one default operating system first. This is my default operating system. Let me see if this is your Linux box. Linux, what is that? Ubuntu box, Ubuntu server. On top of it, you are going to create some files and you're going to add some images in your system, all these things that you're going to do. Then you're just going to take a photocopy of it, copy this, then you can use it for your servers. That's it. Okay, just see, it's a small concept, how to create a customized version of your operating system. See, first, let me Is it connected? LS. Just I'm creating mkdir AMI. Okay. Now I've created this file. Now what I'll do is just come to your console, select whichever the server you want, come to actions, okay, instance settings, or not instance, images and templates, and create image. Before that, if you come down here, you have a section known as images. If you just click on images and AMIs, there is some AMI here. Let me delete this first. Deregister AMI. Okay. Now there are no AMIs available. Now what I'm doing, I'm creating one AMI. See, whatever the things which are available inside your Ubuntu server are all these things are going to part of my customized AMI or customized operating system. That is the advantage here. Now, see, there are two folders available, AMI and Git workspace. What I'm doing first, I'm going to create, what is this? I'm going to create a image out of my server. Just click on this, come to actions, image and templates, create image. Okay, just provide an image name. What is that? First image or something. First, if you want to provide anything, just come down. If you wanted to add some new volume, whatever the things you wanted to do, you can do that. Just create an image. Okay, now the image has been created. Where you can see that image, you can see this image in under AMIs. Just come here, see your AMI has been created. See, that means first we'll create one EC2 server. Okay, we'll create some EC2 server. Inside this EC2 server, we'll choose Ubuntu as our operating system, right? So inside my Ubuntu operating system, whatever the things I do, I create some folder, I create some files, I do some networking operations, whatever the things I do. Out of this server, I'm creating one image. I'm taking an image, sir. That's it. And you can use this image to create another EC2 instances. And whatever the data which is available in this EC2 machine, same data is going to be available in another machines as well. Okay. First, we learned how to create a image. We created, right? Now, let us create a new server here. Okay. Let me create one server, launch instance, and I'll just give it as AMI server, some name. And if I choose this Ubuntu server, what happens? It's going to be a fresh Ubuntu server, right? I'm not going to do that. See, we just created a image, first image, name first or something. First I'm giving. Okay. See, just after this, we have a section known as My AMIs, customized AMIs that we created. Just click on that, owned by me. See, this is the only image owned by me first. Just now we created, right? If you use this fresh image, Ubuntu, then it is going to create everything from starting. Everything from starting, your files, everything you need to create. But if I create a server using my AMI, then whatever the things which are already existed in that server, all those things are going to be part of my new server. That is the difference. That is what AMI means. Amazon machine image. Okay. Just I'm selecting this and T2 micro, everything is fine. Laptop key, create, launch instance. And here there is another option, guys. Did you try this option, number of instances? See, if I want, how many instances you want? I want 2 instances. Instead of going through again creating these new servers, you can just provide the number here, 2 server or 100 servers. With the same name, same configuration, it is going to create 100 servers. Now what I'll do, I'll just create 2 servers. See, launch instance. Just come to your instances. Can you able to see? It created 2 new servers. Let me log into one of the server. Just wait for a second. It is in pending state.
Sachin, one question. Like after creating these servers, can we change the OS?
No, it is not possible.
Okay,
You
by
can do
default,
that.
whatever we create, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that, but it is kind of a tricky task. So instead of doing that, you can create a new server.
Okay, fine. Like what was my question is like, assume something has happened, like Linux is a free version, but now I wanted to switch to Windows. So at the time, like in Linux, I did some task. So for that one,
Yeah, we can do that. But even I
okay,
never did this. I know we can do this, but
okay,
what happens, in real time, uh, they'll be giving you some documents, sir. What kind of operating system you want, what is the version. All the operating systems they are going to use for server is Linux. 99%. You'll never use your Windows as an server operating system. There are some cases still they are using, but 99.99% of the time you'll be using a Linux as your operating system for your server. So in that also they'll clearly mention what is the version they want, and mostly they'll start using your Red Hat is there, right? Red Hat is the one which
yeah,
is recommended by all the organization. That is the one they'll use. Okay.
okay, yeah. And one more thing, like is this Amazon, whatever we are using, also that is nothing but VMs, right?
I didn't get you.
Virtual machines are like what we are using right now.
Uh-huh.
So
Uh,
that is similar to Amazon, what we are learning.
uh,
AWS.
no. Your virtual machines and your AWS is different, but
Okay.
underlying technology is same.
Okay.
Okay. That I'll come, sir. When we'll start your Docker and Kubernetes, no? At that time, we need to discuss what is the difference between virtualization and containerization.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank
Now
you.
it is of cloud. But
Okay.
for your information, underlying technology, whatever the Amazon is using, is a virtualization. Okay.
Thank.
I'm just logging into this server, connect. Okay. Present working directory, CD, Ubuntu, CD home. Mm, mm. See, these are the 2 files which we created in another server. This server, same files are going to be part of your new server as well. Okay, so this is how you can create your customized AMI. Here, guys,
Yes.
see, whenever you create an AMI or Amazon machine image, what happens? Everything will be copied. When you take AMI image backup, it includes all your files, operating system, configuration files, network details. Everything is backed up. Everything will be copied when you take AMI image backup. Clear? And using this image, you can create as many instances as you want. That is based on your customized AMI. That is then another advantage of creating AMIs. Okay. So next one is, see, this is why I'm explaining. Now we discussed about AMI. correct? That is taking a backup of your entire operating system or creating a customized version of your operating system. Now, there is another option known as snapshot. Okay. Sir, just tell me, what do you mean by screenshot? You'll take screenshots, right? What do you mean by screenshot? Anyone?
Backup. I mean, to verify whether the old one.
No. I'm not talking about this one, snapshot. I'm talking about screenshot. In your phone, you will take screenshots, right?
Yes.
What do you mean by screenshot then? What happens
When
when
we take the
you take a screenshot?
when we take the screenshot, that time it will be capture what we are doing actually in that time
See,
in screen.
if you are doing something on the screen, whatever you're doing that time, if you're taking screenshot now, whatever the operation that you are doing, that image will be captured, right? Whatever the thing available at that point of time, that details are available. See, just apply the same concept into your snapshot. Snapshot is nothing but taking backup of your EBS volumes. That's it, sir. Nothing else. You just need to take a backup of your EBS volumes. That we call it as a snapshot. I forgot to show this option as well. In your AMIs here, once you create a AMI, you can also copy this. AMIs are local to each availability zone or to each region. These are local to availability zones. What you can do is, you can, let's say my AMI is available in Mumbai region, right? Now we are into Mumbai region. So what I can also do is, I can copy my AMI image from Mumbai region to any other region also. This is also possible. Okay, how to do this? Just come to here, my AMIs. This is my AMI actions. Copy AMI option is the right here. Copy AMI, and in which region you want it to? Destination region. My source region is Mumbai. To which region you want it to copy? I wanted to copy to Singapore. Okay, just copy and click on this option, copy AMI. Now what I'll do, I'll come to Singapore region just to check whether it is copied or not. Singapore, AMIs, can you able to see? This is the AMI, right? We just copied. See, it is copied. This is how you can copy AMIs from one region to another region as well. This is another option available. Okay. Next one is your snapshot. What is snapshot? Snapshot is nothing but taking backup of your EBS volumes. That is, whatever the data, I am using the word data, sir. Whatever the data which is present at that point of time. Now, at that point of time, those details are backed up. Okay, just like your screenshot, whatever the data, whatever the thing is available at that point of time, those things are stored as your screenshot, correct? So similar way, if this is your EBS volume, and if I'm creating a snapshot now, what snapshot will do? Whatever the data which is present at that point of time, it will take a backup of that. Okay, so that is the use of snapshot. So how to create a snapshots? Here, under your Elastic Block Store, you can able to see one option known as snapshots. You can able to see this snapshots, and there is a snapshot. Copy it for destination AMI, which is this unavailable will progress when it is created. Okay. just come to snapshots, create snapshot. Okay. First, I'll switch to Mumbai region because we don't have any server in Singapore region, right? So first, let me come to Mumbai region first. Okay. Now just come to this one, snapshots. See, now I wanted to create a snapshot, create snapshot. Whether you wanted to create a volume snapshot or instance snapshot. I'm going to for instance. From which instance I'm creating? From my server. See, just to clarify if you have any doubts. This is my EC2 server, sir. This EC2 server will have a EBS volumes, correct? It will have some EBS volumes. Now, what is the difference between AMI and snapshot? That I'll discuss in detail after 10 minutes, but just for your uh, confusion, just to clarify your confusion, AMI is nothing but you are taking a entire backup, whatever the files, operating system, configuration files, all those things that you're going to take a backup and you can use it for the other service. Okay. What you do in snapshot, you are going to take a backup of your EBS volumes, only EBS volumes, not your EC2 instance. Whatever the data which is available in particular in that particular EBS volume, those things are backed up. Okay, this is the major difference. Now just come to snapshot from instance, from which instance EBS volume. I'm creating Ubuntu server EBS volume. If you wanted to provide details, provide some details, then create a snapshot. That's it. See, now it is into pending state. It is creating. It will take some time. Wait for some time. Okay. It will take some 1 or 2 minutes, I guess, because there is 11 GB of data, right? It will take some time. Okay. Now it is created. Clear? How to take a backup of your EBS volumes? You can create a snapshots for your EBS volumes. Now we discussed about this EBS volume. Now you can also similarly, you can also, you already know these EBS volumes are local to that availability zone. This we discussed in starting, if you remember. So you can, what you can do, you can also copy this EBS volumes from one availability zone or from one region to another availability zone or to another region as well. This is also possible. How you can do it? Just simple, sir. Just select on this actions, copy volume. Where is this? Copy snapshot. Okay. And provide your destination region. What is this destination region? Anyone. US West, or if you look for code words here, what do you mean by AP Northeast 2? It is Singapore, AP Southeast 1. AP Southeast 1, where it is. Okay, just select that and copy snapshot. And if I just go to this Singapore, where is this? Here. And snapshots. See, it is copied, which is again creating in this region. Again, it is taking some time. Okay, so this is how you can able to, I wanted to delete this. Okay, you can create AMIs and you can copy to different region, and at the same time you can also create a snapshots. Oh, failed to delete. Okay, I'll do it later. Now I just wanted to give you this. Now you know what is AMI and what is a snapshot. Please tell me what is an AMI, sir? Hello?
Yes, this an operating system.
See, just for your information, it is nothing but a backup of entire EC2 instance, correct? It is nothing but a backup of entire EC2 instance. It is a backup of specified EBS volumes. That's why we are creating snapshots. And this is associated with EC2 instance, and this is associated with your EBS volumes. Just to give you the difference, because these kind of questions are most frequent in interviews. What is AMI? What is snapshot? How you create AMI? How you can copy between the regions? Why we need snapshots? All these things they keep on asking. So that's why. And whenever you create an EMI, sorry, not EMI, sir, it is an AMI. Whenever you create an AMI, what happens? Everything will be copied. Everything will be copied when you take an AMI image backup. Everything in the sense, including whatever the files, whatever the operating system, whatever the configuration files, everything will be copied into your AMI. And you can start using this AMI as a customized operating system for your servers. Okay. In technical words, if I say, what is this AMI? AMI is nothing but a bootable copy, bootable copy of the whole EC2 instance. Bootable copy of a whole EC2 instance. That is what. Okay, that is the thing related to your AMI. And what is snapshot? Snapshot is nothing but a backup of your EBS volumes. Now, if you carefully look into it, sir, you will come to know this difference. AMI and snapshot. Now you know everything related to AMI and snapshot. But if you carefully look at it, AMI is nothing but it is a collection of snapshots. Do you all agree? AMI is nothing but a collection of snapshots. This is because if this is my EC2 instance, again it will have a EBS volume. Only if I have a EBS volume, then I can able to store operating system, some files, some configuration files, some network details. Only because I'm having a EBS volume, I can able to create my or store all these details, right? So it is AMI. If you look at it, it is nothing but a collection of snapshots. If you have multiple EBS volumes attached to your EC2 server, then you can create a separate backup of those servers, separate backup of those EBS volumes. So EBS volumes, snapshot, and collection of snapshot is nothing but your AMI. Clear? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Did you understood the difference, guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. What about others? Okay. Okay, fine. So now we discussed about what is EBS, volumes, everything we discussed. There is one option called as, see now, let us assume here we have only one EC2 instance, correct? there is only one EC2 instance, and there is only one EBS volume. So you can manually log into your AWS account and you can able to create a backup of this EBS volume. This is fine, sir. Let us assume there are hundreds of servers. Let's say there are 100 servers. All these 100 servers are also having EBS volumes, correct? There is an EBS volume, EBS for all these 100 servers. Now, how we are going to create a backup of all these servers, sir? Backup of this EBS volumes, is it possible manually? Manually, it is not possible, correct? Because it is possible, I'm not saying no, but it will take a lot of time while creating snapshot for each and every server, correct? So there is a lot of time involvement here. So just to do this automation, taking a backup of each and every server automatically, okay, we have an option called as life cycle manager. In your EBS volumes, just to automatically create a snapshots of your EBS volume, we have an option called as life cycle manager. Okay, what it will do, it will just automatically take a backup of your EBS volumes. That's it. Just come here. See, EMIs we discussed, Elastic Block Store, volumes we discussed, snapshot we discussed. Here there is another option, life cycle manager. It is a simple process. Just click on life cycle manager and what kind of policy you wanted to create. That is, see, it is clearly telling you Amazon Data Lifecycle Manager. Automate the creation, retention, copy, and deletion of snapshots and AMIs. Not only snapshots, it also creates AMIs. That is why I told you AMI is nothing but a collection of snapshots. Okay, so it is just to automate the creation of your process of your snapshots. What you're going to use, Amazon Lifecycle Manager. Here, there are two kinds of policies. Custom policy, based on your requirement, you can define whatever the things you want, when to take, at what particular time you want to take a backup of that snapshot, that you can define. I'm just showing you default policy. Just go through this once you have a free time. EBS volume, snapshot policy, default. Just click on next step. Provide any description. Okay. Now, see, when you wanted to create, every day you wanted to create. Yes, I wanted to create every day. That is what I'm giving it as a 1. If I just provide 2, every 2 days, I wanted to create a snapshot. That is what the meaning is. And once the snapshot is created, how many days you wanted to keep it inside your AWS account. That days you can mention. See, once if I create a backup of my EBS volume, then how many days it is going to exist? It's going to exist for 100 days. Whatever the days that you provide here, just 7 or something, it's your wish. And whether you wanted to include boot volumes, whenever you create EC2 instance, boot volume is available, right? That you wanted to create a snapshot, all these options are available. Just come here, create a default policy. I'm not going to create because no, for me it is not required, and for you also it is not required. Just to show you, there is an option available known as Amazon Lifecycle Manager. What it will do, automatically it will create a backup of your snapshots or take a backup of your EBS volumes. Instead of you going and taking it manually, it will do it on behalf of us. That is the difference. Clear? Guys? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, any doubt?
No.
Okay, thank you. So See, these are the small concepts, but very important. This is because in interviews, they'll focus on these things, sir. If you really worked on AWS or something like that, they'll expect these kind of things. And if you know these things, you can easily can crack interviews. Not only cracking interviews, you can also easily you can work in an organization. That is the agenda here. Okay. So what is left out? See, with respect to your EC2 instance, whatever the things which are available with your EC2 instances, everything we discussed, sir. Okay, starting from basics, what is EC2 instance to your advanced level, how to create a snapshot, copying them, automating the process of creating those snapshots, everything we discussed. I don't know. Even I too forgot what were the concepts we discussed here. I know, but just to this one, right? See, all these things we discussed. Then first thing, what you need to do is in one of your sheet, just write down EC2. Under this sheet, just keep mentioning whatever the concepts I discussed based on uh, based on your I create a story, right? First we discuss what is EC2, then what are the EC2 instance types, then what is key pair, basic to advanced level, just to keep track of these things. Just note down these things so that this is why I'm telling you this. Once you complete this 4 months course, right, you'll not be having a track. There are so many things that we are going to discuss. So if you maintaining these kind of notes with you, it's very easy. Okay, this is what we discussed. I know all these things. Okay, and just for AWS, we are going to very deep dive into this AWS services that you will never imagine. You can even able to clear your AWS certifications also. Okay, so that is that level we are going to deep dive. So please maintain a note and please revise those concepts. Okay, so now we learn how to create a server, sir. Correct? In your EC2 instance, I left with only two concepts. One is your security group. Another one is something called as user data. I already discussed about metadata, I know, but this is something called as user data. These two concepts are left out from your EC2. Tomorrow we'll discuss about this. Now we discussed about EC2 instance. Okay. Next, what is the flow? Next, what we'll do, we'll try to host one website inside your EC2 instance. Just imagine here we are going to host some small web application or something. Just imagine this is a large application that will start working for our organization. Just to give you a flow, sir, what we are going to do next. This is your EC2 instance, operating system, right? We are going to host some application here. Once it is hosted, just I'm telling you a story. See, there might be this server. How many users it is capable of serving? It is capable of serving maybe thousand users. Correct? Now, what we'll do, we'll create a same. Now, if there are, if I tell this story, what to do? No need leave this because I don't know if somebody might get scared, whatever things that I discuss. But just imagine in the next upcoming classes, we are going to host some application inside your EC2 instance, and we can access that application from the internet. That is the agenda for next class. For this week, I'll complete your networking concepts in your EC2, how to secure, how to what is VPC, all those concepts. Along with that, we'll host a website, and if possible, we'll also discuss load balancing as well. This is the agenda for this week. Okay. and we had a 2 days holidays. So this Saturday I might take a class, sir. Please don't mind. Okay. So this is the agenda, and yeah. So I'm good for today. Those are the things I wanted to discuss. Any doubts from your EC2 sessions? Whatever the things we discuss?
Sachin,
Yes, please.
just I have one doubt. When we are connecting EC2 instance through, I mean, like AWS console directly,
Mhm.
uh, like that metadata curl. I mean, if you
Mhm.
want to get the details of
Yeah,
AMI and
yeah.
all those things, why it
Mhm.
is not getting? I mean, like when we are connecting through GitHub, we are getting all the details, but when we are getting, sorry, when we are connecting through console, I am not getting the details. Is there any difference?
No, you will get it, right? I shared you that command, right?
Yeah, you showed the metadata. I mean, like Carl hyphen
Ha
something,
ha ha.
and
Where
that.
is that? Ha ha. Wait, I'll show. Even I shared in that in group, right? This is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one.
You have shared. My question
Mhm.
is like, this is constant. I mean, like when we are working in real time,
Mhm.
these things like token generation and copy the token. These are,
Mhm.
I mean, standard, or we need to change every time. Like HTTP, that one IP address 169
No,
254,
no, no,
and
no.
these things.
This command is there, right? This
Oh,
is common for everyone, every server, everywhere. This
okay,
is common.
okay.
It will never change. Only thing what you need to change this token here. That's it.
Okay. So
Okay.
when you use this token in the console, I mean like
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Web Console directly when we connect through server instead of not using
Git
Git
bash.
or Git Bash.
Mm-hmm.
So I am not getting the output. That's
Oh, is that?
my
That I don't know, sir. Why it is not getting?
okay. I mean, if we
Maybe.
use this command in the console also, we'll get the output, right? I
Yeah.
mean the
Yeah.
same
You will
output.
get it. Yes. Just you need
Okay,
to
okay,
execute
sir.
this command. You'll get a token. Just replace to this command, and you can able to see this output. Right?
Okay,
It's
sir. I
simple.
will check once more.
Yeah. Sure. Any doubts from anyone? Yes.
Yes.
Any difficulties that you're facing while going through this sessions? Please unmute yourself, and if there are any things. Okay. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you. Bye.